This is Paul Henry.
A group of Auckland University students have embarked on a project to tackle racism. I Too Am Auckland is a video study highlighting the offensive slurs and discrimination Maori and Pacific Island students in particular experience. They collated stories from 40 students detailing their sometimes shocking experiences of discrimination. Sarah McLean and Raagini Vijajkumar join me in the studio now. Morning to you both.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. Before we talk about the actual project, and it sounds to me like this video is a brilliant idea, Sarah, what sort of discrimination are we talking about? It's not necessarily overt. It's a lot of it is subtle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very subtle. So there'll be little things that'll come across in conversations like, oh, you speak really well for a Samoan, or you don't sound Samoan, just little things like that that eventually build up and cause people to have to validate their identity and who they are.
So who are the people that are, they don't realise they're being racist when they say things like, oh, you speak very well for a Samoan, which is pretty racist, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've had that happen to me. And so I think it just surprises people. I'm not necessarily sure why, but it's just little things like that that do come across at university.
Raagini, you're experiencing the same sort of things?
No. So I'm not someone that has experienced the same kind of discrimination that we talked about in the video, but I've seen it happen around me. So I've heard a lot of conversations where people have been saying these kind of things, and what I noticed was just a real ignorance about why the schemes are in place, which leads to them kind of having these negative attitudes that affect these students.
Is it getting worse, do you think, the casualisation of these racist comments?
I think because it's so subtle and so casual and normalised that people are doing it without identifying these comments as racist, which makes it more okay, I guess, for them.
I didn't even know there was a proper name for it because I'd never heard of microaggressions before. But is that some kind of psychological term for this?
No, I don't think it's a psychological. Well, maybe it is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Have you heard of it? Microaggressions? That's what I'm told these things are.
Oh, well, I did sociology at university.
Oh,
so
you'll have heard of all those terms.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the way you've decided to tackle it, because it seems like a really good idea. You have specifically given a voice to 40 people who've experienced this by way of a video, which you're showing presumably to everyone?
Yes. So basically we did the interviews with over 40 students across the different faculties at the university, just because we took a look at Dr. David Maeda's work, You've Got to Set a Precedent, which saw that there was an issue with top Maori and Pacific scholars at the university facing these sorts of issues at the university. So we decided to compile interviews and make it into a video, so then that way we can show it to a broader audience.
What's been the reaction to the video?
I mean, it's mainly been positive. A lot of people have just been saying that they didn't actually understand it, and now they do.
So people like saying, God, I do that. I've done that, and I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, which is what we wanted to do. We wanted people to identify those comments as racist, to understand that it is affecting people, to understand why the schemes are in place, and I think these videos are doing that, so we're really happy.
What also has been really amazing is we've had people reach out to us to do collaboration. So Human Rights Commission has had a meeting with us, Unitech, and as well as all the way down at the University of Canterbury. So obviously it's a conversation that people want to be having, but they just haven't found a way to initiate it, so it's been pretty good.
Is it weird? I mean, do you think it's weird that it's 2015 and we're initiating a conversation about this in university?
Yes. I've had, my parents were pretty shocked that we're still discussing these things, and that's something else that people have been saying, like, this has been going on for a while, but I feel that it's because people have been too scared to continue the conversation.
Right.
It'll briefly be brought up, but then people would rather push it aside than deal with it. So I guess having a video format and us university students beginning this, it's not as daunting as somebody else beginning it.
If people wanted to see this, is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it is. It has close to about 20,000 views now, and it's on I Too Am Auckland. Yeah, if you type.
I Too Am Auckland, so anyone can go onto the YouTube machine and sort that out. Sarah, Raagini, thank you both very much for joining us, and congratulations. It is a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.